Cobra.
In this week's episode, we check in on our club members. We talk to Dada about her Cobra. Rugby legend Stefan Terblanche shares his car history with us. Megan tells us all about her new project. And we'll also be giving away something special to one lucky viewer at home. Plus, we take Porsche and Darren for a ride. And Heinrich shows us some spectacular cars from Melrose Arch. Welcome to King Cobra TV. Now let's see what our club members have been up to. Little did Shelby know that he would develop one of the most replicated and desirable cars in the world. When it comes to see Cobras driving in convoy, there's nothing quite like it. It is guaranteed that once you see the Cobra Club members driving their cars in convoy, it's something that you will never unsee. These individuals are passionate about their cars. And unlike most other car or motorcycle clubs, Cobra Club members not only have a passion to drive them, but are also experts in building them. Club members have an amazing camaraderie when it comes to fellow members in need. They will go out of their way to give each other advice and help one another. If you ever look at Cobras parked next to each other, they might look similar, but take a closer look and you'll find that not one Cobra is alike. Most Cobra owners will customize their cars to eventually become an extension of their personality. A good example of one of these builds is what we refer to as the Green Monster of South Africa, where Cobra owner Heinrich decided to embrace a skull theme to make his car stand out. From a distance, the Cobra looks like a normal Cobra painted in signature Lamborghini green. But look closer and you will see that from the detailed paint job to the gear lever and even the lights were executed in such a way that the skull theme resonates through the entire car, making this build not only one of a kind, but also a traveling work of art. Because of the endless possibilities when building a Cobra, the sky is pretty much the limit. A good example of this is ex-South African racing champion Wouter Havenga, who decided to take a BMW M5, use its suspension and its engine to build a Cobra unlike any you have ever seen. And to this day, the power he displays when doing a burnout has become a thing of beauty. Open up the hood of his car and you will be amazed what you see. And for this reason, once Cobra Club members arrive at a venue, not only do they have the ability to park their cars in perfect symmetry, but opening up the hoods for people to admire the effort that went into designing and assembling the motors has become a ritual that is quite unique to the snake culture. Join us next time to learn more about what goes into organizing a Cobra run. In the last episode, we saw Megan unveil her latest Cobra and tell us about her plans to change it according to her personal taste. She decided to take it to HSR Customs to do all the modifications. Let's go check in and see how she's doing.
Hi everybody, we're back. So as you can remember from last week's episode, I purchased the AC Cobra so I can show you the viewer. If you ever buy one, you don't have to be satisfied with the color or the interior, you can change the entire car. And here we are. As you can see, the entire car has been stripped. From the dash to the center console, the floor, the doors, and even the seats. Talking about the seats, I would love to show you what we went with. So the color we chose is not the traditional blacks or browns. We're going with a beige Italian imported leather. We've stripped the entire engine to clean up the engine bay. So we're doing an overhaul of the entire engine to see if there's anything wrong. And at HSR Customs, once we put it back, it's going to be a 350 Chevy. We stripped the entire boot. I wasn't happy with the shape of the boot and the way that it lined up, so it was completely skew. So here at HSR Customs, they're going to manufacture a new boot for me, and I can't wait to see the end product. I assume that the wires will be connected to the lights and the battery, and we're also going to do the complete makeover of the boot area. And as you can see for now, it's in quite a state. I don't think anyone would want to be driving this around, but I'm going to keep you updated.
We like to compare our Cobras as 1962 replica race cars to other fast cars, Ferraris, Porsches, Lamborghinis, and today it's our privilege to take a Porsche lover and a Porsche fanatic in one of our Cobras and get his feedback on what a Cobra feels like, drives like, compared to a Porsche. So let's go for a ride. Because some guys get in the car and they get very nervous.
What's the motor of this?
427. Out about 450 horses, and my racing Cobra is 1,200. So, but this for a road car, that's what I said to you earlier. For me, this is perfect. It doesn't intimidate me when I drive it, but you have to get used to it.
Yeah, you can slip. You can slip and slide a lot.
But you can easily lose control of it. Yeah. On wet roads or when you go through a corner.
I'm going to look for my checkbook now, and that was quite an experience. Quite a different drive from Porsche. I drive a Porsche, and this is just raw power. I thoroughly enjoy that.
After the break, Heinrich gives us an update from Melrose Arch. We talk to Dada now about her Cobra build. As always, Megan will be giving something special away to a lucky viewer. And Stefan Terblanche tells us about his car history. After which, we will take him on the ride of his life.
Cobra. Get down to the yellow and blue. Cobra. Get down to the yellow and blue.
It's always fantastic to have a super athlete with us, a former sportsman, and in the shape of none other than Stefan Terblanche. Stefan, welcome to our show.
Thank you very much. Great to be here.
Stefan, so about 100% of our viewers and rugby fanatics out there would think that you were born and bred in KZN. You're an Italian, and you played for them all your life. But in fact, you played over 66 games for the Boerland. How did your career start there?
I grew up in Swellendam, a beautiful little town in the Western Cape, played for Southwestern Districts, they're now called the Eagles, at school level, and then after school went to the Teachers College in Wellington and tried to study to become a teacher. For 4 years I studied as a teacher, finished my diploma there, and in that time I had the privilege of playing 66 games for Boerland.
So Stefan, interesting you're saying that you actually studied to become a teacher, and off camera we spoke about the subjects that you would specialize in, and one of those subjects is geography. And today we've got Google Maps, so I think it's a redundant thing. So I think it was a good move for you to play rugby and not go to teaching.
It was one of my favorite subjects, not only after school, but also at school. We had the best teacher at school, Mr. Mattia. I'll never forget him, and he instilled that love for geography in me, and that was one of the subjects. Obviously, after school, you have to specialize. Physical education, obviously with my background as a sportsman and actively being involved in rugby, that was a no-brainer for me. And then geography, science, and biology.
There are golden oldies in rugby. If you look at guys like Mornay Steyn, he'll probably never retire. Guys like Frans Steyn, and you were amongst them, playing rugby till probably in your 70s, and you were still playing competitive. And when you retired, what's the life after rugby for Stefan Terblanche?
Yeah, the Mornay Steyns, the Frans Steyns, even the Ruan Pinars, I mean, they look after their bodies. There's a reason that they can play rugby for so long. Firstly, they have a great passion for the game. They're exceptional sportsmen, and they love playing week in and weekend. I was in that position as well, that I really loved the sport. Injuries stayed away, but I did give myself the best possible chance of no injuries and preparing myself as best as I could. Life after rugby for me, I've been retired now for 12 years, and even though I miss the camaraderie, I don't miss the physical side of the game. It was great to me, and I really enjoyed playing the game. Business after sport, for 8 years, I was at the Reign at the SA Rugby Legends. They did great work with regards to the development of new and young talent, unidentified talent in South Africa, and we've got so much in this country. We should, be one of the top countries, and we are currently in the world. Also for me, after the reigns at the SA Rugby Legends, I've got one or two of my own businesses. One of them, of course, includes a business that you're involved in as well, is a golf cart business. We have a franchise for KZN, and we're starting to run with that now. We've got a little coolering business. We've got some property. And then, of course, my passion and my love, I'm involved in a fitness game. I train people from my home gym, and I absolutely love that. It's a great way to part with the knowledge that, not through my own good, but through what I've experienced and from what I learned from some of the best fitness trainers playing 20 years of rugby in the world. You can imagine, I've met the best trainers in the world. I was coached by the best trainers in the world. So just imparting with that knowledge and passing it on to people so they can live a better and a healthier life.
Stefan, it's nice to know more about you on your personal side, but we want to delve into your car pedigree. So let's start off with the very first car you ever owned. Something that you got from your mother, your father, that little skadonkie that you bought for $5,000. What was the first car you owned?
There's a wonderful story to my car pedigree. You think I play on the wing, I should love fast cars and know all about cars, but actually not. But my first car, when I went to school, my first year of school, my dad, the day before, he bought a brand new Chef Commodore, and drove that car throughout my whole school career, 12 years. My mum drove it to Pretoria, to Senekal, to Secunda for sports events. And eventually, after school, when I started playing rugby for Boland, my mum said, now you can have this car because you need some transport. It was fairly old by that stage, and you can imagine as students, we don't always look after possessions like we used to, but that car took me from A to B to rugby practice, took me home on the weekends, and absolutely loved it. A year into my post-schooling or post-matric career, my mum said, well, you got a bit more responsibility now. We'll buy you a car. You're obviously going to pay for it with a little bit of money you're earning from rugby, playing for Boland Cavaliers. And she bought me an 1100 Toyota Corolla. I'll never forget Toyota. Had a wonderful deal. You could buy the car interest-free. So as a student, you only had to pay up the amount. I drove that car. It looked after me. It was a wonderful white Toyota Corolla, still the old box shape. For the older viewers out there, they would of course know what it looked like. And when I had to report for duty, when I finally got a contract with the Sharks in Durban, I drove that car all the way from Cape Town, from Swellendam, through the Karoo in the middle of summer, no aircon, no music, all the way to Durban, and it served me well. A very, very reliable car. And my sister took over the car after I drove it for a while.
With our ever declining rand dollar, to win the South African Lotto, you are limited to what cars you can buy. So let's talk about a foreign lotto. One of those crazy things where when you think about the amount, it keeps you up at night for at least a day or two. So you win that much money. What car would you buy? What would be your ultimate car, and why would you say a Cobra?
Why would you say a Cobra? And please don't remind me of the ever declining value of the rand against other currencies. Funny enough, I would not buy myself a car. My wife grew up on a farm, and she loves the cars. Whenever we need a new car, whenever servicing of the cars or whatever, Jackie is the one to go to. So I would, without a doubt, buy her the new, something that's big, that's strong, that's butch. As a farm girl, the new Toyota Cruiser, the 300, I think the GR racing one, it's a proper car. I loved it. She would love it. And especially with her driving skills, I think she'll get full value out of a great car like that.
Stefan, it was such a pleasure having you on the show. There's a token of our appreciation, and I look forward to giving you a spin in your first Cobra.
Heinrich, thank you very much. I look forward to that.
Hi everyone, welcome to this week's segment of Win With Megs.
Win With Megs.
This week I'm giving away a very special prize. It's a limited edition Cobra Club of South Africa wristwatch engraved on the watch face with a little red AC Cobra. To win this beautiful watch, all you need to do is SMS the words King Cobra TV to 071 156 8091. Good luck.
After the break, Heinrich checks in from Melrose Arch. We talk to Dada about her build, and we take Stefan Terblanche on the ride of his life.
Cobra.
Get down to the yellow and blue.
Cobra.
Get down to the yellow and blue.
Awesome to have another one of the Cobra Club of SA club members, and a female member by that, with a beautiful backdraft car. Dada, Nell, good morning and welcome to our show.
Morning, Heinrich. Thank you very much.
Dada, so a lot of people in their lifetime are lucky to own one Cobra. You're already on your second Cobra. What happened to the first one?
The first one was beautiful. It was an excellent car, but unfortunately I had a Chevy engine and the engine was already old. So it broke down on every run. I even was awarded the Hard Lap Trophy of the year because of my car. So every run, you're scared to start it because you're not sure if it's going to start. So I said to my husband, it stops here. The next Cobra, I want a good engine. So I bought a backdraft, and now I've got a Lexus V8, and it gives me no problems, never have. Best engine I ever had.
Dada, so with these cars being a 1962 replica, the guys try and build these cars as original as possible. So it means no traction control, no brake assist, no power steering. As a lady driver, is this not a difficult car to drive?
It depends on the driver. It's a major car to drive, but you have to be careful, especially in wet weather like today. It was a bit of a hectic run. But overall, if you know your car, it's amazing. And the sound of this car just give it this awesome experience. So there's nothing better than a Cobra.
Dada, it was awesome seeing you out at this run. You look beautiful. You've got a beautiful car. Thank you very much, and we look forward to seeing you at the next run.
Definitely. Thank you, Heinrich. We enjoyed the car, and thank you to you too for joining us.
So today is a special day for the Cobra Club. We're out in Melrose Arch. I'll show you some beautiful other cars, but let's start off with the snakes. So you can see big turnout, conditions a bit gloomy. So you can see some beautiful cars out. Every single Cobra, a car on its own. And then if we go to the other side of the road, you can see some super exotic cars. Some Lambos, beautiful Mustang out there, Aston Martins, Jaguar F-Types, Ferrari F50, Porsches, Mercedes, some more beautiful Cobras, Ferraris. If we walk in here, you'll see here's a GTR, Nissan GTR, a beautiful Mercedes, another Cobra parked in the background, BMW, beautiful McLaren, and yeah, that's the run today. Super awesome. Super privileged for the Cobra Club of South Africa to be a part of this fantastic run, teaming up with the guys from Daytona Supercar Club. to Anton and your fellow members, thank you very much for accommodating the Cobra Club. We look forward to a fantastic run out to Lanseria Airport, where we will have breakfast at ExecuJet. So be on the lookout if you see all these monster cars on the road today.
Die mense like hom, hulle kyk.
Ja, ja. Veral vir die kleurkar.
Ja,
Jy sien blou en rooi en wit, maar nie die kleur nie.
It's heavy on fuel. How many liters?
We drive on a litre per minute.
A litre per minute?
Yeah, we don't do it.
So you better drive fast then. It's a beautiful car. So much power. But you wouldn't take it on a long drive, eh? More shorter, faster, or you do you?
We have guys who take these cars to Cape Town. Last weekend we had a lot of our members go down to Knysna for a car festival. So
It's beautiful. And fast. Is that normal, moving like that?
not too much power. Like Carol Shelby
Jesus.
said, the engine is never too big, but the traction is always the problem.
Wow. Jeez, it goes out, huh? But your racing one you got won't do that.
No,
will
that
stay.
car's got slicks.
Power, power, power. Jeez.
Yeah, so the thing with these cars, they are super light. You have to be in control of the car all the time.
But it felt like sort of you were drifting there, but you knew what you were doing. You got
The thing is, you have to get to know your car. If you drive a Cobra, these cars are beasts. A lot of guys who rent out Cobras, to put a random guy in this car
it would be suicide.
You have to know that when you drive this car, you can lose it at any stage.
what it can do, yeah. Have you ever been in a serious accident with a Cobra?
No.
None. Wow.
Coming up in next week's episode, we catch up with Megan on her build, talk to some more Cobra Club members, and talk to world-class violinist Johan Scheppel about his career.
Have you... Okay. As jy 'n fucking Alfa ry of 'n Mini ry, jy kan ons nie join nie, bro.
Cobra of South Africa, Cobra Club of South Africa.
It is fantastic today to hang out with Dada from a little town called Lechetwetle. Thank you, Dada. It's nice to have you here. Okay.
Where the hell is that?
Yeah.
Da, donna me, donna you.
And but do.
Definitely. I'll hold you and
Wait,
Mike,
kan maar. Go.
definitely.
Nee man, wag net, hou vas. Okay, go.
Definitely.
Hey, see you at the next one.
Wanna start by what?
We love to have athletes here, mainly and mostly because I'm a super athlete.
Cobra.